kingdom is overthrown. Meet me at the cornerstone. I know that I can't be without you. This bond is solid gold. We're a diamond and an emerald. It took me forever to find you. 'Cause when it's all over, the love that you give will be there to guide you in every way. Now we've been through the cold and darkest days. The summer's calling. As we wait for the smoke to clear and we watch our dreams appear, I know that we can rise together. This vision that we share is ours. Together we can touch the stars. I know that we will see December. 'Cause when it's all over, the love that you give will be there to guide you in every way. Now we've been through the cold and darkest days. The summer's calling. To the lost
Golden galleons, golden guns to find their place under the sun. There's a song on the Sahara wind that lifts you to your feet again. The dance is on the clockwork stars that pulses through a beating heart. Roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way, yeah. Birds jumping and I hear my name, grasping into a life. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a start. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a roll. Savannah. Lion's gonna come. The birds have just begun. We will always take a stand for the people, for the land. Let's go. Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. Mine wasn't too bad. A lot of chill. A lot of ups and downs with Star Citizen over the weekend, with cargo missions being bugged out and not completing, but this is kind of the way it's been. So no worry, no harm, no foul. So tonight, I think we are going to try to do a cargo mission and see if that actually completes. If it doesn't, then I'm probably going to switch over to salvaging and mining. I know panels have been a little more scarce. There we go. Now we're back. I know panels have been a little more scarce than typical, so kind of play that by ear and see how that goes. Second here, turn Spotify up there. What are we? We're 1 day away from New Year's Eve, and oh, we got a helmet. I don't mind a free helmet. Something to sell. Okay, let's take the helmet, throw it over. Years go by fast. I don't know what it is, but I think as you get older, especially in your 40s, hey, you're just kind of hanging out, chilling there, dude. Why? Okay. I can ask questions. But I do need to follow the exit sign. That always helps, right? But yeah, like I was saying, I don't know what it is, but when you hit your 40s, it seems like the years just fly by for some reason. So we had a Star Citizen Saturday. A little bit on Sunday, but mainly one of my friends, we were playing some Tarkov. So I had a little fun with that. It's kind of nice and fun to kind of jump back in that game with the group and stuff. Try to grind out some of the Christmas stuff. Yeah, hopefully cargo missions are somewhat workable. Gonna see how it goes. Get to the tram. As long as the tram's running, we're part of the way there for success. I know I've collected quite a few of the presents, but for some reason, I've tried the TDD terminal. I've also tried the admin terminals and have not had any success yet for selling. So I'm not sure what is up with those. Oh, perfect timing. There we go. It looks like it's just us on the train. And somebody yelled, "Hey," but there's nobody here. Okay. Definitely is weird. We've been having some warmer than usual weather. And this time of year in northern Minnesota, it should not be raining during Christmas or afterwards. Something about that does not seem right. I was having issues this weekend trying to pull up my Zeus and my raft. The rafts, how it handles in atmosphere was completely foobarred. So a couple of times I got into my hangar and then she just flipped over like a fish. And then other times there is a bug when you drop out of... Hello. Put some clothes on there, lady. And sometimes, yeah, the flight model is just kind of foobarred, and armor, just because it's extra money to sell, but it's funny, there's no gowns. It's helmets and body armor that are laying around. That's kind of funny. First elevator I never usually have luck with lately, so I'll try the second one. I did pull some vehicles out. See if those persisted in the hangar or not. Okay, let's try it again. Oh, Star Citizen, you gotta give me an elevator to get down to my hangar today. definitely looking forward to the devs getting off a break and fixing what is broken. So I have a feeling that most of these are probably still broken, but let's try pulling up a ship. See if that'll unjiggle things. There's always the workarounds. Actually, I should see if, let's see if missions are actually pulling up today for contracts. There is hauling. Okay. So we'll pull up the raft. Oh, too far down. Hey Vince, greetings. How was your weekend? How's your Monday going? Right now I am struggling just to get down to my hangar.
Your personal belongings are your personal responsibility.
Man, it looks like this is probably get a timeout, I'm assuming.
I'm sorry. That isn't about your. Please visit us again.
Okay, we'll try the other side. Actually, you know what? Just go down to the other set of hangars. Usually, one out of one of these has got to be working. Nope. Okay, so we'll try pulling up one more, and then I'm going to Pups servers. We're in the European server right now. Yeah, it's not going to pull it up. Let's try doing the Zeus. Your weekend was just grand, and Monday wasn't too shabby either. Hopefully your dad's birthday celebration was a hoot. It's good. We had a whole bunch of strippers and all that good stuff over. 76, so, you know, got to help them out. It was pretty good. My niece and her boyfriend and my other niece came over, and then my sister and her boyfriend stopped over. So, okay, we're going to hop servers here. So, exit to menu. Nice, we ended up getting pizza. So, oh, this is never a good sign. So before all these are available, now we're down to just the best server. So, hopefully they're rebooting some servers, maybe. Or I'm assuming some servers went down and they just gotta, yeah, the reboot process. So, the only thing that stinks is we don't, because of all the bugs and stuff, to change our spawn to our habs. So you have to run through, take the tram to get down to your ship at the moment. But I have faith when they get back and things get rolling, there'll be probably a week's worth of hot fixes coming here pretty fast. Once the devs are back, and then everything should be running fairly smooth. Or smoother, right? So you do any gaming over the weekend at all, events? I've actually watched quite a few videos of people that are, one particular that does mining over in Pyro. And I saw some people do some cargo missions as well. So I'm wondering if people are having a better time over in Pyro. And maybe it's less buggy than in the Staten system, but I don't know anybody that's watching if you can confirm that or deny it or Come on, loading. Let's load in. A little Netrunner was about all the gaming you did the weekend. I almost bought this new tank game on the the Epic Game Store and stuff. It looked kind of interesting. Was it Tank Head or Head Tank or something like that? Graphics look decent. 51. It's equally cast. Yeah, gotcha. Buggy on both sides. Black screens on both sides. Yeah, I tried firing it up on my lunch break today from work, and I got down to my hangar, tried to pull up a ship, and I black screened. So the devs will be back, what, later on this week or next week? So, I mean, obviously I'm sure they're monitoring it and all that good stuff, and when they get back, like I said earlier, hopefully I'm certain in the first week we'll start getting some hot fixes out that kind of stabilize stuff. Okay, I'm gonna Alt F4. You guys are presented with my blaze orange background. We're gonna relaunch the game here. Hopefully you'll be able to pick from anything other than just the best server. Fingers and toes crossed. Otherwise, if I can't get in, this would be a very unfortunate short stream. Okay, so PU. Oh, still the best. Let's go. So there's one little workaround. I don't know how much this actually works, but I can do online. We'll select free flight. I do Broken Moon. Sometimes if you launch into Arena Commander, I've heard, and you jump back out. At least it worked for me the other day. It could be completely coincidental, but joysticks are working. I had the weird thing the other day where, okay, let's go back to main menu, proceed to main menu. I had a weird bug the other day. For some reason, all my controls were all out of whack. And then I jumped out, or Alt F4, jump back in, and then everything was fine. 51, you'll try again when you have time off. Give you more data to fix stuff. Yeah. I'm sure by now they've identified a couple bottlenecks. Because the day 4.0 went live, I got on the servers maybe 2 hours after it had gone live. And that was the cleanest performing build I've ever played, Star Citizen. It was fantastic. Everything was snappy. And then later on that evening, when everybody was getting home from work and hopping on to enjoy the preview, things started bogging down and just kind of went downhill from there. But it's an alpha build, and it's Star Citizen, so you play for 7 days, 8 hours a day. 3 days, you're going to have fantastic runs. No issues. 2 days, you're going to have decent runs and be able to get around the issues. And the other 2 days that are left it's just unplayable. That's kind of the way it kind of goes. But for me, there's no other game out there like it. I think Zenerin is in. Message him. He's probably watching too, but does anybody still do New Year's resolutions nowadays? I tend to just not set myself up to fail. But that is just me. 51 same. You fought your way to be able to play this game. You're determined to enjoy it. Yeah. It's a fantastic game. And obviously, Alpha and Star Citizen's known for its bugs, but I am very excited this year when we get our first taste of base building. That is going to be pretty awesome. I know at CitizenCon, I think they said Q1, but I'm probably thinking more of Q2, just for base building and some mining in its infancy on planet is what I'm going with. That's my guess anyways. And I'm sure Q1 we'll see if they let the Evocati stream their plays, that we'll be able to see some of the base building and stuff there. Hey Daniel, how you doing? Hope you had a good weekend and good Monday. Make a fun you make fun resolutions, try all the teas at your local grocery store. Nice. And I would look up at Star Citizen's website to see how the servers are, but even it'll probably say, oh, they're all fine. Everything's online. Yeah, not so much. Learn to cook a new dessert. Oh, there you go. Every month for a year. Last year I picked up a Ninja Creamy. I'm a big fan of the Ninja products. And it's basically ice cream maker. So chocolate ice cream, a little bit of Butterfinger in there, vanilla ice cream, some Butterfinger, a little bit of butterscotch ice cream. Fantastic. So much cheaper than the store. The only thing I don't like is I'm still trying to find a replacement because you're supposed to use heavy whipping cream. And the ice cream tastes delicious. However, you get like from that whipping cream, you get like a film, a waxy film on your teeth. That's a little bit of annoyance. Daniel, your weekend was good. Star Citizen, not so much. Lost all your rep. Oofta. Went from experience hauler to not eligible. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I don't know. I tried doing some cargo missions Saturday, and one of them went through, the other ones didn't. Not all the cargo would be displayed in the hangar. And then I tried yesterday tried yesterday, that wasn't working, so jumped in with my friends and we did Tarkov most of the afternoon, morning and afternoon. And stuff. And I tried jumping on to see how the servers were on my lunch break today, and got down to my hangar, and I think I got a ship up. I don't remember. And then I black screened. So I did load in initially on a European server, try to join Zenerin, and yeah, I got in. I got Area 18, got down to my hangar, but couldn't call up a ship or get down to my hangar. So then Alt F4, tried loading back in, and there's no servers available, just the best is available. So I have my fingers crossed, but so I think my game plan is to keep at it for like the next 20 minutes or so. And for some reason, if I can't get it at all, then I'm probably unfortunately gonna have to call an early night for the stream. But hoping that little ray of hope I'll be able to get in. Just get my vulture out and do some salvaging without too much fuss. Because I think it's usually when there's no servers available. If you give it 10 minutes, then everything will come back. Baby, come back. Okay. 50-50 for a good income when playing Star Citizen. Right. Okay, Alt F4 it is. I'm going to completely exit out of the launcher here. So where is the icon in my taskbar? Okay, we're totally closed. We're going to launch back up here. And see how that goes. Okay, launching. I logged out of Star Citizen, logged back in. So, see if that makes any kind of a difference. I doubt it, but never know. Paid 20K for a salvage claim, got there, but could not pick up the cargo because it was an armistice zone. I had that happen a few times to me on my last run. Let's try joining Zenerin again. Actually, that didn't work last time. Let's try Canon. Okay, so we'll try this one last time. So I went and I had a Titan to salvage. I got out there. It was in the armistice zone. And Zenerin came over with his, the towing vehicle. I don't remember it. You guys probably know it. And he pulled it out of the armistice zone for me. And then I was able to grab the cargo out of it and the weapons off of it and the missiles. That was kind of fun. It was enjoyable. Just something I hadn't done before. And then I also had where I'd pay for a salvaging SRV. Thank you, Vince. I also had the thing too where I do the salvaging contract, get to where the ship is, and the marker HUD would disappear along with the ship, and then it would throw it on the other side of the universe, different location. So I'd run to that. It would do the same thing, and I'd run back because the carrot popped back over the other place, and it was like chasing my tail. See if about things are fine on his end. I'm gonna say lucky. I was having a little fun today with ChatGPT, and I found a program where you can use AI to create like voiceovers for like commercials or old radio. So I was doing a little testing and it actually worked out really well. So I'm gonna have some commercials come up for like the XL1 drive and some other stuff to kind of have a little bit of fun. And then over time, I was keep on banking them. And then probably when I get to like a half hour, then I'll put that on my channel. So if anybody wants to listen to those while they're playing Star Citizen, it'll be some fun. There's like one SU of gold and 2 others, but I got called to Pyro to save your friends. Did you end up saving them though? Did you get through the jump gate just fine? Excuse me. I am coming down with a cold, so I'm trying to mute myself as best I can, so I'm not blowing out your guys' ears. I'll throw some music up while we're waiting. Except the cargo hauling missions and Pyro are no-go too. Not working. Yeah, that seems to be kind of the consensus lately. Well, this is a bummer. Because at least I've been able to get in previously to at least do some salvaging missions. I know 324 is available, but there's no progression, so it's really no reason to go back. Mercenary missions are bugged in Pyro too. Gotcha. So here's a question. So I went through the wormhole initially when 4.0 got released to Wave 1. And since then they've changed it. So it's shorter, it's more oval than round. Did anybody jump the first time initially like me through it and then did it a second time? Second time for me was less impressive than the first time. So I'm just curious if anybody else had that experience or if it was just me. I mean, nothing beats the first time, right? You can still loot, but you can't complete. Gotcha. So is Pyro as lawless? Have you noticed getting ganked a lot, or is it just kind of hit or miss? Daniel, you had to protect a ship for the Pyro mission, got there and it was attacked by 10 ships. So basically you had to go up against a swarm. The jumps all look the same to you? Gotcha. Yeah, hit or miss. I know once base building gets to be a thing, I'm probably still going to stay in the statin system. Depends if anyone else was there without... Oh, gotcha. Sure. That makes sense. I remember when I was doing the Save Stanton event, the AI ships were just like kamikaze. I don't know how many times I tried to do the just protect the ship for the mission, and I would get maybe to wave 2, and then they would just like, unless you strafed right away, they would run right into you and take you out. That was a little frustrating. I still have yet to put those repeaters and stuff on my ships, because for some reason I got a bunch of ships, even a Polaris, on my account. And I'm not sure if it's a bug, so I'm just waiting till like because I do the monthly membership, so I'm seeing after the membership renews if the ships are still there. So I did have a lot of fun flying with the Hornet. 51, you're just gonna try just to complete salvage loops and store boxes. Yeah. It's about really all you can do, right? With everything else kind of bugged out and not working so much. Daniel, now that you mention the safe stat missions, you haven't seen any other missions. There's supposed to be another second event in 4.0. Yeah, I think that's going to come maybe I would think sometime in January would be my guess. They're fun. The phase 3 with the Icarus was unless you got in there with a group. I luckily got in there with a group, and each time I did it, there's at least 1 or 2 Polarises. So basically, after all the smaller ships were gone and the hammerheads were taken out, then I would basically just stick on the belly of the Icarus and fire, unload everything in there. And I went with repeaters, not ballistics, because you run out of ammo. Okay, we're going to Alt F4 once again. This is ridiculous. Oh, the trial and tribulations. Does anybody have anything planned for mañana? Anybody going out to celebrate New Year's, staying up to midnight? I used to do that, and we're still on the best server. Unavailable. But mostly my nights for staying up, and it is for streaming. So tend to never really was a hopping person or anything like that. So tend to just stay home where it's nice and safe, and you don't have all the people that can't use common sense and drink and drive, right? Danny went to phase 3 during IAE with a reclaimer. That was fun to salvage. Nice. Vince, you want to prep a rib roast to cook? Ooh, very nice. Are you gonna post a photo for all of us to drool over? I used to grill quite a bit. I went with gas and I went back to charcoal. And then I found the best thing in the world, the Blackstone. And I just have the basic, 32 inch, 27 inch, whatever. And I love that. I love using the Blackstone. Smash burgers and cheesesteak, all that good stuff. You're stuck in server 80 also? Yeah. Used to work in nightclubs, now happy to game and sip hot cocoa. A lot less quiet, right? A little more chill. Might post a photo. I know Rekar is going to be looking for that. Your youngest wants us to get a Blackstone? I've thoroughly enjoyed mine. One of my friends is big into smoking. I don't have the patience for that at all. Probably spend the 31st with a small glass of whiskey or tequila. Not such a bad. I'm actually thinking tomorrow I might go out and get some kite sodas. It is a adult THC beverage, 50-50. And Kites has a root beer, and the root beer is phenomenal. And after one can, I'm plenty good. With my MS and fibro, I'm usually in pain. And occasionally one of those is very nice because it flushes everything out. Get some good sleep. And we are still loading. You got in? Nice. So for you, Daniel, do you just have to wait for the loading screen for like ever, or did all the servers finally pop up and you're able to go to like a European or something like that? Because I got initially on Zenerin server, got to my terminal, but couldn't get down to my hangar at Area 18. So fingers crossed that. And if you were, Daniel, if you were at the loading screen, how long did you have to wait to get in? I almost picked up Civilization. I saw that Civ 5 or Civ 6 was only I think it was like $2.99 or something like that in the Steam store. I believe Civ 7 comes out February. Though I have not decided if I like the, I don't want to say cartoony look, but more of the flat, non-realistic. I like how Age of Empires was back in the day. All the detail and stuff they added to them. It wasn't all just kind of flat colors and stuff. You could go out of the servers, but still got sent to 80. Okay. Less than me. Rub it in. You connected almost at the same time you did on stream. Okay. So I'll Alt F4 once again. And I'll log out of my account. And then I'm gonna close it down from the taskbar. Bear with me, guys and ladies. Try relogging in, see if that shakes it. I know there's one person that posted a video on YouTube for clearing your DNS cache, I think it was. Okay, we're signing back in. And we're going to try relaunching. See if that shakes anything loose. I appreciate you guys staying with me due to these technical difficulties. Doo-doo-doo. I think tomorrow's just going to be a half day work from home, and yeah, not sure yet. I haven't seen if there's any good movies out or. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. I was going to cancel, but that was fast. We got the loading screen. Fingers crossed, ladies and gents. It's not just an adventure, it's a job. Oh, I saw the loading thing stutter for a second. I think we might actually get in. Please let me in, because I want to hang with you guys and just have fun tonight. We're getting closer. Little by little. Hey, Babel. How was your weekend? Thanks for stopping in tonight. How was your Monday? I hope I get in too. While that's loading, let me find the. What's that here? Let's see, where does this audio pop up if I play it? Was to do one of those commercials I was working on.
Need a drive that won't let you down? A drive that's been trusted by haulers for centuries. Meet the Agni Quantum Drive from Juno Starwork. Engineered with unmatched precision, the Agni Quantum Drive delivers top-of-the-line performance for industrial haulers navigating the farthest reaches of space. Whether you're carrying precious cargo or heavy loads, Agni's relentless power and reliability ensure you're always on time. Agni Quantum Drive, power you can rely on, craftsmanship you can trust. Need a drive?
So yeah, that's one of the AI commercials I was testing out for kind of doing a series. Something else kind of pop up on stream from here and there. So I went to Star Citizen's wiki and just took I think the first quantum drive they had, grabbed the specs and stuff, and had cheap Chat GPT just I'm like, write me a advertisement for radio. And then I found a free AI app online that actually did a pretty good job. You can switch between 5 or 6 different voices. So I'll figure a little bit of that, a little bit of After Effects magic and stuff, and have a little fun with it. And then hopefully throughout next year, as I build up different components and stuff like that, I can release a channel. And maybe I know some people have had some fun with AI doing radio songs and stuff. So that'd be kind of cool to put together tiny home gaming space station to play in the background. You're doing all right? Good. Good to hear. You're very welcome. So I got us closer. For those of you that are just joining us, we are trying to get into Star Citizen this evening. And I'm probably going to do another Alt F4 and see if it'll let me now select a different server. Or select any server other than best. Fingers crossed. Because I really don't have any other games that I've loaded up. So this will be what, 10th time's the charm? 9th time? Somewhere about there. This would be the proverbial hit it hard. See if it works. So these I couldn't join these. Zenerin said he got in, so I'm very jealous. So we'll try this again. Oh, come on, Star Citizen, just let me in, please. Oh. I always look at the loading bar going back and forth. Usually when it stutters and almost stops is usually when you get in. So I still have hope. And oh my god, it's already almost 9 o'clock. We've been at this for the last 45 minutes trying to get in. I appreciate you guys' patience. But this Star Citizen happens sometimes. So Babel, do you have any New Year's events that you're looking forward to? Resolutions? I think the ones that are offered up is buying throughout the year all the different teas at your local grocery store. The other one was a dessert of the month. I think is what we got thus far. Mine, or it's not really New Year's resolution, but I'm hoping before summer I'll be in my new place down in Tennessee. And I got an update today, and they're thinking the house and lot, the land and house will be done Oofta. April, end of April. So I always add on 3 months. So that would put it in July, which would be my birthday month. So, Babel, you forgot what they called, but these light sticks that sparkle. Oh, sparklers. You light those and take care of the cats as usual. You don't like the noise? Sure. My dogs are pretty good at the... Well, Katie's very good at the noise. When I built my first house, she'd be sleeping right next to me, and I had the air compressor going with the nail gun, doing framing and all that stuff. Sammy, I got him from the shelter... Oofta, maybe 4 or 5 years afterwards? 4 years afterwards. 3 years. 3 or 4. And the poor little guy is very skittish. He doesn't like loud noises. Katie, she doesn't really care. So. You know, Daniel, I did try that. I did log in but I was only in there for 30 seconds. So, you know what? I'll take your advice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw my dogs out, and I'll just take a quick bio break. So like 5 minutes max. I'll let Arena Commander kind of run and stuff. It did work for me last time I was having issues, and I had tried that earlier when I was in Arena Commander just for probably less than a minute. But at this point, I am open. Okay, usually staying for about 5. Gotcha, that'd be perfect timing. So let's do Arena Commander. We're gonna do online. We're gonna do free flight. We're gonna select Broken Moon. That's my favorite one. Formerly part of Keller's Run, Teneris system. There's dragons. Targaryen, Teneris. So when you're in free flight, can you still gank other people? Just out of curiosity? Or does everybody just kind of behave themselves? I gotta ask you that, because I could just do offline. Look at that. Everybody's just kind of dancing around. I've actually never really done this online. You said, yep, as far as guns are an option. I'll wait for your response. This is, sure, thoroughly exciting for everybody. You can get attacked in free flight. Okay, I'll just go out. I'll just do offline then. So that way I can't get ganked. Multiplayer is the only way to get out. Bug server. Oh, okay. No worries. Really there, buddy? So maybe I'll just fly around in here for... Does everybody like to play chicken? Yep. The vulture is not going to be taking out anybody anytime soon. Oh, that is so rude. Oh, for goodness sakes.
Friendly fire.
Friendly? They're shooting at me. I'm probably out of range, obviously. I think I could actually... Where is that little turd ball at? Don't worry about friendly fire, everybody's friendly. Oh, okay. So they can't actually destroy my ship. They can just target me. You, my friend.
Friendly fire. Friendly fire. Friendly fire. Friendly fire.
Oh, the vulture actually took out a ship.
Friendly fire. Friendly fire. Friendly fire. Friendly fire.
Pretty sure I don't have missiles on these.
Friendly fire.
It'd be something if I could
Friendly
actually...
fire. Friendly fire. Friendly fire. Friendly fire.
Well, he doesn't have any health taken away from him. Yeah, I'm not going to survive a Hornet. There's no way. But I did take down one ship. No Luxiterin, so we're gonna trying to read in a commander for like 5 minutes online in multiplayer free flight. And then I'm gonna try to jump back in. Oh, that's right, I do have head tracking, don't I? But it is not working in Arena Commander. Salvage an Arena Commander? I bet I probably could. But the one ship that was attacking me, I actually took him out in the Vulture. But... you know, for shits and giggles, right? Let's see if we can actually do salvaging.
Shield system. Shield system online. Shield system offline.
I didn't realize that it's not equipped like my regular vulture, so my tractor beam isn't there. Okay, enough of playing Marine Commander. That was kind of fun. So let's exit to main menu, proceed to main menu. Did I change the cruise stroke bindings? No, I saw that and I just didn't get around to it. So are we still on best servers? Yes, we are. That is a no. So guys, I'm gonna let this load. I'm gonna throw my doggies out, take a quick bio break. And those of you that know, I will be back. It says 10 minutes, but for those of you people that are new to the stream, it says 10 minutes, but I am usually back within 5 or 6 max. So, and I have a very good playlist for you guys to listen to while I'm on my break. We'll do the Explorers Midnight, followed by Savannah. I will be right back. Hey, Cersei. Be right back.
To the freedom fighters, to the Everest climbers, to the castaways, to the midnight riders, to the spark igniters, I am on my way. Let it be said and let it be known, he who is free is never alone. The path before us, the world behind us, I'll wait for you there. I am on my way. I am on my way. To the lost ark raiders, to the lion tamers, to the stowaway, to the white tide chaser, to the black flag raiser, I'm on my way. Let it be said and let it be known, he who is free is never alone. The path before us, the world behind us, I'll wait for you there. I am on my way. 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 There's a song that sailors know, lost, alone, and far from home. With golden galleons, golden guns to find their place under the sun. There's a song on the Sahara wind that lifts you to your feet again. The dances on the clockwork stars that pulses through a beating heart. changes come, we must never stop the way. Yeah. Birds jumping and I hear my name. Grass green and so alive. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a start. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a roll. Savannah. Light is gonna come. The birds have just begun. We will always take a stand for the people, for the land. Let's go back to when we were young. For the animals we stand. Let's go back to when trees were swung. Kids across the land. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a roll. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a roll. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll
And we're back. And it doesn't look like we've moved the needle. Doesn't look like we moved the needle at all as far as getting in the game tonight. How you doing, Cersei? How was your weekend? How was your Monday? I think probably tomorrow I will make a. Still haven't done like a just chatting template yet for my stream. This would probably be a good time to actually have one, so we could maybe pull up, watch a little bit of the high points for CitizenCon. But okay, I'm gonna Alt F4. Oi, we're gonna try this again. We're gonna completely log out of the game. Yeah, I was talking to Zenerin while I was on my quick break, and he was able to get in, and he actually had a list of servers. So he's taking a little break. He might try to get back in, and then see if he can send me a friend invite and pull me in with him. Because he was actually getting server lists, and I wasn't. Going well. How are you? Star Citizen not letting you log in? That is correct. I've been at this for about an hour now. A little over an hour. I'm doing good. I had a good weekend and a good Monday. No complaints. Work's been light and airy due to the holidays. So my puppy dogs do enjoy that I am working from home. So I still get the best. See if I can join Zenerin. So we're 14 in queue. So yeah, fingers crossed. This is gonna be it, guys. We're gonna get in this time. Maybe. Tried Pedig and Linux Geek, and I tried, but these are join unavailable. So the Zenerin tonight is gonna be our golden ticket. First time you explored an Arena Commander free flight, as I stuck to. There's kind of a neat building there. Wonder why that's not in the PU. Oh, the shattered moon, or are you talking about a different area in Arena Commander? I hadn't really done much in Arena Commander other than just jumping in for the free flight offline just to check my joystick bindings when I redo the binding when Buzzkiller would come up with an update. But I think last week I jumped in for a little bit and did the Swarm. That was fun. I think that was after I got done doing the Save Stanton event, all the phases, because I was having so much fun with the Hornet. It's on a planet. Okay, looks Hurston-ish, Hatfield or something. Gotcha. On Star Citizen, we just want to get in. It's one of those things, right? So if you jump off and you fire up YouTube on your TV or Twitch, there'd be somebody else that's not able to pull up stuff. So I mean, I was able to get in initially at Area 18. Got down to my where the hangars are, tried to call up, couldn't get down to my hangar, tried calling in using the terminals to call in a ship, and everything kept on failing. So that's been kind of the short of it this evening thus far. It has a whole basement area, like a workout fitness studio. Huh. I'm assuming you landed on the planet and were able to go into the building. Okay, and let's take care of this real quick. Okay. Yep. Somebody was trying to do an advertisement on stream in the chat. Yep, not so much. Not gonna work out for you. You crashed so you're walking in free flight now? Gotcha. Does anybody know when the devs are back? Is it later on this week, or is it a next week thing for them? You love some of the cheap viewers. Yeah. Some people's kids, right? Let's see. Set you as default. What do I? I want to create. Oh, there we go. Maybe this will work. Bear with me, guys.
Integrates.
Since we're loading, give me a second here. Let's see if I can add. I should be able to. Wrong one. There we go. I think we'll try this since we can't actually get into the game. We're going to watch a little bit of Citizen Con. This obviously will not be set up properly because I don't have a. I'm going to delete that guy. Full screen. Oh, that's right. Give me a second here because I do play on a very large OLED. Intros.
How you're going to do it and how amazing it's all going to be.
So you know what? We're probably not going to get into Star Citizen tonight.
And Squadron 42, one of my dear
So
friends,
I'm going to
one of my
close
DMs,
out
and
Star
we'll be
Citizen.
playing again. That's not a good look. All right, please welcome to the stage.
So I'm going to pause this. Bear with me for a second. Alt F4 out of Star Citizen. And take this guy. Throw him down here so stuff pops up. We're still going to get a little bit. So there's going to be a little bit of orange up at the top. See how bad this cuts it off. That should frame all right. So we're kind of...
Design director Rick Porter.
sit back and watch this for a little bit. If that's okay with you guys.
Thank you, Jared. And thank you, CitizenCon. It is an honor to be here. Yesterday, we presented the verse that we're creating for you. We shared new tech, locations, creatures, giant worm, social features, things we're doing with orgs. We even played the first chapter of Squadron 42 live. How great was that? Yeah? A few minor glitches, but nothing we can't sort out. So today, we got something just as exciting to talk about. But instead of focusing on what we're creating for you, we want to show you the world that you can build. With crafting, we're going to give you the tools to create your own loot, to build your own home. Crafting will fundamentally change not only how you play the game, but why you play the game. So, what is crafting? Why does it matter? Why should you be as excited as I am about this? Well, first off, crafting is a profession. It requires its own set of tools, the knowledge of how to use them.
Let me know if the audio is good for you guys. We'll try to jump back in about a half hour. 10 o'clock, see if Star Citizen will let us back in for servers reboot. I do appreciate you guys hanging out through the trials and tribulations of trying to log in this evening.
We are adding new depth and meaning to those activities.
Probably right after the holidays are over, you'd imagine.
Customization. There isn't just one way to craft something.
Too bad you can't hop in.
Upgrades.
Yeah.
How you make and upgrade the things you craft is sometimes just as important as what you're crafting. In addition, you can earn cosmetic upgrades.
Coincidentally, this is pretty much what I put on most of the time when I'm going to bed. Because I'm sure, like some of you, I can't turn my mind off, so it's kind of nice to have something in the background.
Nearly limitless options for how you construct your home, how to customize your base to meet your own goals. Most importantly, crafting gives you a lot of new choices. The choices will impact your goals in the game, your interactions with other players, and eventually how you see the game itself. So where do we get started with crafting? Well, you can't craft without materials.
That tongue on the top left just looks not right.
To gather resources in the game. And crafting is designed to complement and expand on all of these existing gathering professions, as well as future additions. Let's take a closer look at mining as an example. We've got hand mining and vehicle mining and ship mining. That's a lot of mining. But with crafting, we're going to introduce...
It'd be so nice once mining and all this comes to a head where all these loops actually mean something, right?
Each type of mining will have its own unique materials to gather. Gathering specific materials efficiently will require you to use the right gathering profession. Let's talk about refining. Currently, only mining resources can be refined, but doing so allows you to turn them into more valuable processed resources. With crafting, we're going to expand refining to include options for all raw materials. In addition to expanding the variety of materials you can gather, refining lets you create processed materials that you're going
So
to
off the
need
space
to
cows,
craft
if
your
you can
upgraded
actually
blueprints.
farm them, do you get leather, I'm assuming?
So now that you've gathered all these materials, what do you do with them? Currently, your only options in the game really are to sell them to a shop or maybe complete a contract. Adding crafting into the game radically changes your options. You can still
Used to do
mine,
hand mining and aerial,
sell
but
your
they took the
resources, but now you have the
Pembroke
option to make
and hid it
valuable,
behind
unique
loot
items.
crates, only in Pyro.
Weapons, armor, even vehicles and ships.
Huh.
Right?
What is the Pembroke? It's probably something I know I've seen, but just
Valuable
it's not.
mean that the crafted gear that you create has the
Can't
potential to be
picture it
good
right at the moment.
Anything you can buy in a shop.
Oh, is that a material
But crafting
that you're
doesn't
able to
ambush
farm,
gear.
but now it's in
It
loot
makes it
crates?
much bigger.
Kind of like
Crafting enables you to build
military
your
grade
own home
components
among
and
the
stuff.
stars. choose to make a farm, a hunting lodge,
Big orange one.
industrial complex, your
Okay.
own trading hub, a military
Oh, okay.
outpost, even a
Gotcha.
sprawling
Thank
town
you.
with your friends and org mates.
That suit right there was just trading with players. You cannot buy that at any of the.
You can choose to focus on
shops
gathering
anymore.
resources and sell them to crafters that need them.
I think it's
You can
behind.
skip gathering and refining and just focus on being the best crafter you
I didn't
can
see it
be.
in Pyro anywhere in the
Or you can
stations.
leave all that gathering and crafting nonsense to other people and just focus on trade and make some money. But that brings me to my last point.
That was one of my favorite suits.
Player choice matters. When a player makes a choice, they assign value. Players' choices about crafting and base building will drive player trade. The community's choices will determine the value of the materials and the crafted goods you can all make. The game will still have its own shops and economy alongside players, but now you'll have more options about where you invest and how you prosper. Now, I've given you a nice overview of what we're working on here, and we have a lot more planned for the future. But now that you're familiar with the big picture, I want to introduce some of my fellow developers to come up on stage. They've got exciting details to share with you about the specifics of our new crafting systems, important gameplay improvements.
What it'll be like,
Most
right,
exciting,
to finally eventually
anyway,
wake up at our own
an update
base,
to base building.
our own place in the verse.
To start things off, please welcome Jacob Taylor to the stage.
I'm hoping they put like a kick feature in the game, so if your hanger isn't working, you can just kick it or hit it really hard. 'Cause that typically fix most things in the real world.
Hi, I'm Jacob, Senior Gameplay Programmer on crafting. Rick has showed us how crafting will link into a lot of existing
Gotcha,
and
Babel.
new gameplay, but I think it's time we get into some of the details. I'm going to tell you about the new game mechanics we're
Yep.
introducing, starting with blueprints.
That makes sense, Cersei.
Before you can craft anything, you'll need a blueprint. Blueprints provide the recipe to perform all kinds of crafting processes, including refining. You can acquire blueprints through various activities. Some you can buy, some you can find, and some can be unlocked or earned in other ways. You can also upgrade your blueprints through research. We'll go into more detail about what this means a bit later. So, blueprints are the recipe, and Rick already told us the materials you gather and refine will be the ingredients. But there's a bit more to it than that. We have a new concept for materials.
When do you guys think we'll see base building in the game going live?
Quality
Summer?
is a property we're adding to all resources you can gather. That's an abstract measurement of how good it is at being whatever it is. You can think of this as the purity of a metal, or the ripeness of a fruit, or something along those lines. This quality will be carried forward from raw resources through the refining process to influence what that batch of materials is best used for in crafting. High quality is more desirable overall, but is more rare, and there are still important uses for low quality materials. More on that later. All raw materials you find in the verse will have a quality rating.
You'd be surprised if it makes it in this year.
Some rules.
I think it'll be in.
Same kind
I
of
think we'll
rules
get
you heard about
it
from the
in its
comics
very
yesterday.
infant stage.
You'll find the same material in many places, but with varying qualities. So you might want to explore to find the best.
I mean, obviously, on Chris Roberts'
Some
letter,
materials
they're
that
going to
are
focus a
already
lot
rare
more
will be even more
this year on
valuable if you
stability,
can find them with
which
high quality.
I am fine with.
But what's quality for? It's for item stats. Alongside quality, we're introducing a new item stat system to the game. This will allow relevant properties of craftable items to be affected by the quality of materials used to craft them. For resources, just a single quality rating is sufficient to provide variation.
Search anything in 2026. Hence, initial small base building by summer. Fall seems reasonable.
To provide both
I can see that.
progression and customization options.
Yeah, hopefully by fall we'll have
We aim
just
to have meaningful item
basic
stats for all craftable items.
base building in
Some
and being able
examples
to
would be the
either
damage
refine our
and fire
stuff
rate of a gun,
at our
the
base or do some
wear-resistance
mining.
component, or even the satiation provided by eating a hot dog.
You like to see if they started out with a concept with no permanent encampments.
As I said, the quality of materials will directly affect the item stats, such that higher quality
Wonder how
results in better
involved it'll
stats.
be for
Most items
getting our
require
place in
multiple
the
different
verse.
materials to make,
I'm sure they
which may
will
each influence
have
different
lots for sale on the
and in
pledge
many
store.
cases, you'll have a choice of
I
materials
would
to
assume.
use, which lets you decide which stats to focus on to tailor your items to your playstyle.
But hopefully not. Hopefully it
Here
won't
we see
be
I'm
like
making a
pay to
gun
win,
with
right, for
high-quality
resources.
aluminium, giving me a nice bonus to integrity and weight. But someone sold me low quality
It'd be
copper,
basically more
so I don't
first
get
come,
as much
first
fire
serve.
rate bonus as I could have. To go even further, researching your fabrication blueprints allows you to build higher tiers of an item with improved base stats. So a higher tier item will be better than a lower tier item that was made with materials of the same quality. Making high tier items requires more advanced materials, but is also how you access greater choice as to which stats to improve. This means that your high tier items can not only be better overall, but also more specialized.
You like to
in
have an
areas
instant
that are
home
important to you.
in the city first.
Most
So would that be
items have
basically like
tiers
one of those
1 to
apartments where
3,
we wake up in?
with tier 1 being the most basic version of the item, and tier 3 being a highly advanced version made with appropriately impressive materials.
Or would
But
that be
you can also
like an
craft
add-on to our
vehicles.
persistent hangars where you'd wake up in your apartment and just walk right up to your hangar? Reason to come home. Space Tomato was playing
And vehicles
a
are so
sitcom video
important,
today
they
that
will go up
showed
to
small
tier
base
5,
building with a
providing a way
grav
for you
cart.
to really
Yep.
invest in making your favorite vehicles excel.
That's be the next portion of this
course,
video.
Many of you have already bought your favorite vehicles, so you don't really need to make them from scratch, right? Or maybe you've pirated, salvaged, or otherwise commandeered a vehicle. Not to worry. You can
I think
still
interiors
benefit
for
from
cities would
crafting
be
by using an
cool,
upgrade
but
blueprint to increase the tier of an existing vehicle, including
I don't know how. I mean, me personally, I don't see myself walking around and checking out, other places unless there's
including
shops
the
or
usual
something there.
stat improvements and customization. Upgrading a vehicle can save a lot of time over crafting it from
Sure,
scratch.
yeah,
So it's a
I can
convenient
see
way
that.
for established vehicle owners
Kind of your
to bring
trophies
the
and stuff.
benefits
It'd be
of item
nice
stats to their
if, like, in
players.
the mining shops where they
Let's
have
take a
like
look
the
again
different
at the difference it makes
minerals
to have high-tier equipment
showcased.
made
It'd
from
be cool to be able to
high-quality
take some of your
materials.
rocks and actually do that. Like
See
a
how
display.
recoil is reduced on our high-tier gun. The spooling is faster on a high-tier quantum drive. And a high-tier scraper beam is much more effective.
We definitely want a high tier scraper beam. Ooh, somebody is very enthusiastic there with a yeah.
So, that's an overview of crafting's key game mechanics. I'll now hand over to Torsten to walk you through the full crafting process. Thank you, and have a good day.
Thank you, Jacob. Hi, I'm Thorsten, lead system designer of
You
the
like the idea of a
lead
group
system design team.
from your org building a kind of outpost camp? Instead of your org mates building homes, sure, and have like a kind of like a compound
We
together.
now saw all elements of crafting looked at individually.
I think orgs,
Let's bring that
once everything
to
gets
order
in, they'll
overview
definitely have like
as
the
the
space
player will
stations and
experience
stuff.
the crafting profession. You will start with acquiring
Display for the biggest
correct
chunks of gold you mined.
as the
There you
first
go.
step in
A little bit of a
crafting
trophy to
process.
show off. Kind of like the biggest fish you've caught.
Blueprints blueprints can be acquired in multiple ways. Let me give you some examples here. You can purchase commonly available blueprints, earn them from reputation and mission rewards, or even find them in loot crates. All content in our game could reward you with a blueprint. Some blueprints will be challenging to find, so players working together may find them easier to acquire. While you may find a blueprint on a datapad or other portable device, the blueprint itself is not a physical item. You don't collect them in a box or stack them on a bookshelf. Blueprints are digital. Once you claim one, it is permanently added to your personal library. This library is persistent to your character, and every blueprint you claim is yours forever. They cannot be stolen or traded.
I think before base building goes live, when it's probably in the Ivacati, they will start to see more vehicles and stuff for sale in the store.
Research requires a research data bank which can upgrade your blueprints. Upgrading here means that you unlock a blueprint that allows you to create a better, higher tier version of the same item using more advanced materials. Note, you will still have access to the lower tier versions if you want to craft the cheaper version. In order to upgrade a blueprint, you may need to perform certain actions. In this example, we need to craft 100-volt pistols and have one with a higher fire rate. Other examples would be collect resources, complete missions, or acquire research data from the Science Guild. Research is time-intensive, in addition to the action requirements. It will take time for the research data bank to process your research data and unlock the upgrade. You are also limited in how many research projects you can pursue at once. Now that you have your blueprint and you decided what to craft, you also know what resources to look for. Every blueprint you find will have unique requirements in their resource needs. It will not just be you need iron. We want to make use of the professions we have to meaningfully
I think we need more cowbell.
crafting process. Especially for the more advanced blueprints, you can expect that it will require materials from multiple sources. And, as already mentioned by Jacob, pay attention to the quality. If you want to have the perfect item, you also need the best quality. Here, the best way to find the best resources is to get out and explore the worst. If you want to find
I'm kind of looking forward to setting up my own like personal. So like if you live in the U.S., like Menards, Home Depot, Lowe's, my own kind of little hub.
Refining, like crafting, requires blueprints. Refining blueprints
Definitely more cowbell. I'm with you there, Vince.
secondary and
Hey
catalyst
Uber,
materials
how you doing?
produce refined
All you want is a base.
The rule
Is landing pads hangars that fit your ships that require no elevators or trains to get into the game.
defines
Yep.
the quality of the refined
Right now, I will take servers
secondary
working
material you put in
to be able to log
has an
in.
impact on the quantity and the time the refining process will take. And
Ooh,
also
Zenerin, I think I've heard this
speed up the
before,
process further.
but go ahead. I don't.
Let me give you a simple example.
Mining stations, planet
If you
moons.
want high quality steel, you need to put in the best iron you have in the primary slot. You can put any quality coal in the secondary slot without affecting the quality of the steel. But the quality of the coal will influence how much of it you need to produce steel. As an example, if you put in low quality coal, you might require 4 SCU of coal.
Their
versus
horns
high
don't work.
quality coal
Ah.
requires 2 SCU. This is one of the important.
I think
use
Zenerin's
cases
heard
for
this
low
before, but do you know
quality
why the
materials
Scottish
Jacob
wear
mentioned.
kilts?
You can use refining stations in the world as they will be converted to this new process. You can build your own refineries for yourself. You
Because
get
sheep
your
can
own
hear a
net
zipper a
profit,
mile away.
or you can simply trade for the materials that you need on the open market. Now we are reaching the final step. You got the blueprints, you gathered resources, and refined materials.
Apologies for all the Scots.
Now you can create the
It's
item you want.
Only joke that came to mind.
This item can be anything. You will be able to craft anything from FPS equipment to vehicle components, even entire vehicles and
I
buildings.
can say it's utterly inappropriate.
You just need access to the relevant.
I should move on.
Talking about crafting machines. We will have a variety for you that differ in what process they can support, like a refinery or a dedicated vehicle crafting machine. We will also find them in various places. There will be communal ones like the station refineries you already know, player-owned that can be in your personal hangar, a vehicle, or your base. As all that we have talked about just now, these crafting machines also come in tiers. Here, the tiers will affect how well those machines do their job. You will not only progress in the products you produce, but also in the infrastructure to produce your wares. Just to give you an idea what you will encounter, here are some examples of the crafting machines. There is the nutrition fabricator, the chemical fabricator,
For those of you just joining us, I'm unable to log into Star Citizen for the last hour and a half, so we're just catching up on some CitizenCon. I'm going to give it till another 15 minutes and see if I can log in.
Talking about scale, I would like to
Fingers
talk
crossed.
about the future of crafting and the scale it will have in the game that you all know, and how it will change the game moving forward. As you all know, we have a lot of items in the game, and they all require their own unique blueprints. That means our aim is to have more than 1,000 blueprints that include the creation and the refining blueprints. And each of those can be researched to unlock tier upgrades up to tier 3 or tier 5. That's a lot of blueprints. And it will surely take
quite a
lot of
few.
time to unlock everything. So I, personally, recommend that you, as the crafter you are, focus on a specific field first and extend your knowledge from there. Collaborate and coordinate with your friends and fellow players.
Yeah, kind of like a Star Trek thing there, Babel, where you select something and it basically takes like a little cube and turns it into a turkey dinner.
FPS crafter while your friend is a
Craft your
ship
own food or
crafter,
double
but they
dogs.
know a ship component crafter specialist. There's a lot of content and it will continue to grow over time. You are free to be a generalist crafter.
I would not want to have a gold rifle because you'd just be a target.
The blueprints you care about.
People like bright, shiny things.
Have an exotic shield generator that no
It's a
one
good way to
else
get
has
yourself
control
killed.
over but you. Help others and earn credits while doing so. It is a real profession in the game that will benefit from your dedication and attention. As you can tell, crafting will have a huge impact on everything in the game. Even if you do not want to get actively involved, at some point you will stumble over a weapon that got crafted by someone else and you will be using it. People will start selling their crafting goods or the refined materials or even the raw materials for the sole purpose of fulfilling the demand created by crafting.
That is true, Babel.
Players like you can become well-known specialists that are sought out
Right.
to get certain things crafted.
Not a good idea to carry bright, shiny
In the
things.
ever-expanding game we all love, we will continuously expand our crafting to offer you long-term progression that involves the entirety of our game. And you might have guessed it already, but there's one more thing that crafting is the foundation of, and that is base building.
Base building, let's go.
I will now hand over to Luke. Enjoy the second part of this presentation.
Very Shaggy from Scooby-Doo outfit.
Good morning, citizens.
Good morning. Actually, good evening.
Who's excited to start talking about this next topic?
Almost want to start doing like the bye 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 song with the mic off.
Let's get into it. My name is Luke Gijsbertse. I'm the lead environment artist on base building structures.
I can pronounce
Now
Luke.
that we have an understanding of the fundamentals of crafting, thanks to Jacob and Thorsten, we can explore how crafting is the foundation of base building. Up until now, everything in the game we made for you. From here on, we will give you the tools to build your own stories.
Love the cutter.
And truly make the universe yours. Join me on a journey on building our own habitable home on Pyro.
Almost looks like foxglove
Keep in mind that the
plants.
following footage is work in progress, including its UI, design, and visuals. And we're super excited to share this with you.
Here we go.
We found a beautiful location by a lake. This is where we'll build ourselves a home. To do so, we need some resources and the construction graph card.
There's the graph cart.
The construction graph card allows us to survey the land, claim the land in a lawful system, and it allows us to build structures. As we've already found the location and don't need to claim land in lawless Pyro, we can straight dive into building our base. Keep in mind, the following UI is work in progress.
I wonder what the drones look like. I do like the top-down.
A survey drone that deploys from the top of the cart gives us a controllable augmented view of the land. In the new structure mode, we'll pick a small basic structure and hit construct. For this demo, the construction will be instantaneous. But in the final product, this will take you quite some time.
What do you think? 1 or 2 days? 3 days for constructing something like that? In game?
We've built our first structure. Let's have
Provided you have all the materials lined up. That's been kind of my thought with 4.0 for the preview. Do when I mine, do I just take the products and just keep them in my hangar? So when base building does become a thing, I have stuff I can capitalize on.
We can see that the lights are still off, and that is a problem because no lights means no atmosphere, no breathable atmosphere. So it's not ideal to live in. So how do we solve this issue?
And the Cuddy Black.
By providing the building with power. Let's
Two
see if we
favorite
can build
ships.
something that helps us out.
Other than the Vulture.
But before we dive into more building, let's take a quick moment to enjoy the freedom that the survey drone provides us with and admire the aesthetics of our first structure. And I wonder what Declan was up doing there. Keep in mind that base building is still work in progress, but what you're seeing right now has been recorded directly in the client and works seamlessly between first person and the building mode. Okay, enough. Back to base building. In the list of new structures, we see a small fuel generator. That is something that could solve our problem, I think. Power providing structures need to be hooked up to other buildings inside construction ER mode, but we'll explain this later. The fuel generator is one of several structures that provides power, each with their own benefit and drawbacks. Fuel power is quick and easy to build, but it requires a constant supply of fuel besides its regular maintenance. If a structure is not maintained, it will halt its activity. Players will need to maintain fuses to keep the building operational. The better crafted fuse, the longer it lasts. This is where the fuse goes on this building. Next up, we have a terminal that gives us access to the status of our building. And, more importantly, we get to activate it here.
I know you can craft fuses in the Vulture. As long as you're doing to get some construction material and stuff for salvaging ships. Versus panels.
As you notice, some of the crates in the background have disappeared, as their content has been consumed during the construction process of the buildings. And it looks like Declan is now hooking up the power to the building. I wonder what he was up to earlier, though.
Whoever gets hit by lightning, probably not a... Well, I suppose it would happen like a regular building, right? As long as you have it grounded,
As we can see,
you're fine.
the lights are now properly working. We got atmosphere, and we can start to use the item fabricator now that there is power. Always handy in case we need a fuse. Let's have a quick look at what we've done so far. We've decorated the place. We made it our own little home. We hooked it up with power. I would say we have a place that we can live in.
Actually, where's my
It
quality?
might not be much, but I think it's just enough to
Yeah.
call it a home.
Give me a second here, guys. There we go. God, that's so much better. I don't normally use Internet Explorer. I'm a Chrome guy. So...
Now that we have a rough understanding of how base building works, let's dive into some of the specifics of what we just saw. The construction graph card is one of 4 devices used for base building. The graph card is a mobile device that lets you construct a variety of small structures and has been designed specifically to
Neighbor
fit
lost
into
his whole entire
small
wiring
shapes
after a strike.
like the
Closest
Drake
strike you
turtle.
ever saw. All for his house.
The graph card allows us to survey the land to find a
That
good
sucks.
location, to claim the land
Hopefully
with
everybody was all
credits
right.
when we're all in a lawful system like Stanton, and most importantly, it lets us build structures. To use the graph card, we will first need to deploy it. Once deployed, we see 2 small construction zones inside the card, and the interactive screen gets revealed to us. From here, we can deploy the survey drone from the extended top part of the card. This survey drone gives us a bird's-eye view of the surrounding area using augmented reality mode, ER mode for short. Let's have a look at some UI concepts of how this augmented reality mode will look like. Here's a concept of construction ER. From here, we get a more detailed view of the land. Where can and can't I settle? For an example, inside a nature reserve, construction will be prohibited.
As it should.
Are nearby areas flat enough to place my structures on? Are there any underground extraction deposits nearby? And if so, what are their quality?
They're fine. That's good.
Let's say we found a good place to start building our base. Then next up, we need to
This
find
kind
a
of stuff
good
can always
place
be
for our first
replaced
structure.
versus human
On the
life.
left-hand side, we can see that we're now in structure creation mode. Underneath that, there is a list of structures that we can build. Once you have chosen a structure, you'll drag it
Maybe
onto
not
the
kill
frame,
homes, maybe damage.
that will be shown then as a physicalized hologram. From here, you can move and rotate to find the perfect position for your structure. Now that we have chosen a position for our structure, we will need to supply it with crafting materials. Just like the crafting interface that we saw earlier, this is where you choose the materials, and the better materials you choose will result in a better structure. Once you're ready, we'll hit the craft button on the right bottom to send the construction drones printing to the buildings. The automated construction drones will take off from the construction graph card and fly to nearby resources to fill their internal storage and then fly over to the construction site to print the building until their internal storage has been depleted. The construction drone then repeats the loop by filling its internal storage again by nearby resources. Printing buildings will take some time. Keep the construction supplied so that you don't delay the process any further. Let's say our building did just finish printing, then what? Then we need power. We need to power the building. All structures will have a unpowered and a powered state that we can manage inside.
You too, Vince. Thanks for stopping in and hanging. Hope you have a wonderful and safe day tomorrow. Enjoy the holiday.
We can easily link generators to structures that need power in the resource management menu within Construction ER. We can also link multiple buildings together. And we can assess the power consumption and shortage of inside this resource management screen. Keep in mind that operational structures, like power generators, require maintenance of their fuses and sometimes need supplies coming in and going out to be managed. Now that we have a structure and power, what can we do next? Then we can actually upgrade our structure. Structures can be upgraded from tier 1 till tier 3. The better material you provide, the better the improvement will be. Just like Jacob and Thorsten explained in the crafting presentation. Tier upgrades can, for example, improve the structural integrity of the building or make its resource consumption more efficient. To really make your base feel like home, you will want to decorate your base with a wide variety of furniture pieces that can be bought, crafted, and found in the universe. It's up to you to define what you want this space to be. Do you want to decorate it as a hospital? Do you want to make it into a workshop? Do you want to make it into a luxurious bedroom? It's up to you. Furniture can easily be placed and moved using decorative ER mode as a hologram. This is so your furniture can easily fit through doors. This feature is accessible through nearby construction devices, allowing you to place down furniture pieces or even crafting machines that otherwise wouldn't fit through the door. And you get to place them directly from your local inventory. The less trusted among you, or anyone settling in Pyro for that matter, may want to mag-lock their furniture into place so that only you and your friends get to rearrange your decorations. And best of all, decorative ER is not exclusive to base building and can also be used for personal hangers and ships.
That'll be nice for the hangers.
To recap, what are the essentials for any base? 1. Come prepared, bring the right resources and a construction device with you. 2. Use the resource manager, power generators to make your base habitable and functional. And maintain your base with resources and by replacing out worn fuses. And 3. Personalize your base, personal hanger and ship with decorative ER. And there we have it, our home in Pyro. Now that we have an understanding of the basics of base building, we'll explore.
Let's see if we can't get into Star Citizen real quick.
More than just a home. But before I hand you over to Declan, the designer behind base building, I'd like to say a quick thank you for those who made this presentation possible. So a quick thank you to Eddie, Brandon, Jack, Dan, Mark, Xiao, Stefan C, Dom, Stefan T, Carl, Joel, and Rob for your efforts and dedication. Now give me a warm welcome for Declan.
Nice one, cheers. All right, thank you, Luke. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Dec. I am the system designer behind crafting and base building, and we've just seen a nice little base, right? That's good for cabin in the woods. Maybe you want to place it down next to big redwoods, go and explore, or a place to stash some loot you perhaps shouldn't have. But do you want to see a big base? Good, because we're going to industrialize. So we're going to set ourselves a goal before we do a video, and we're going to create a base that's capable of crafting something that's bigger than the item fabricator can handle. There's been a bit of a spoiler already as to what it's going to be. So to kick us off, called in the help of a friend who has a specialized, not yet revealed base building vehicle, and he's built us this. It is the construction hub. This has 4 automated drones compared to the GravCarts 2. They can build small, medium, and large buildings. So far, we've only seen small. Automated drones are capable of building 1 structure each simultaneously, so 4 is quite a big advantage. We'll pop into our construction AR and we'll get down a generator, we'll connect some buildings together just so we have a place to call home before we begin. All right, there we go. So we've settled on one of the brand new underground resource deposits and we're about to exploit it using this. It is our extractors. This particular
It's a pretty large building.
solid extractor will also have liquid and gas depending on which type of deposit that you've settled on.
I wonder what the output on that'll be.
Grid here, where we're getting all the brand new resources up out the ground. And it is important to note that once these things are set up, it's not a case of just free resources forever. On key structures like this, there are fuses which will occasionally need replaced, as well as environmental wear which can be fixed using crafting materials.
It's a nice view.
We want to turn those raw resources into more valuable refined materials. We saw the process talked about earlier with Thorsten. Of course, we want this. It is
See the gases burning off on the top?
There are multiple types here. This one is the large.
Kind of like an oil platform.
Refinery. We have liquid and gas again, as well as biological, depending on the type of materials that you're using and want to produce. Refinery has input and output grids. For input, as you might expect, it's for the resources which you're going to consume, and then the output is for the resulting refined goods. This is determining where you'd select which blueprint you want to use, and therefore which type of refining method you want. A lot of crates here with our extractor and our refinery, so we're going to put down our elevator storage. Base is really starting to build up now, but it's worth me mentioning again here that
I do that, like that you can actually turn one of your habs into like a medical bay.
It'll take some time with the automated construction drones, but the smaller scale base we saw in the previous video, that can be done in a single place.
That vehicle looks familiar.
We'll just keep on putting down more extractors because we want as much of that valuable resource out the ground as quick as possible. And with base building, we're introducing the concept of a freight elevator network. What this will allow you to do is it will allow you to link multiple freight elevators together, and in turn they will share the same storage. So as we're doing here, we'll deposit an item on freight elevator A.
Wonder if you'll be able to link it to other nearby settlements. So if you have an org or a group of players that lay down your base right around each other.
To extend that. And it has to all be contained within the same base.
Oh, same base. Just answering my question.
Now, as we expand, we might want to invite more people to join us. This is easy to do. There will be permissions that we can set up, granting people access to our base, and they can even build their own structures if they wish. We can also give them access to existing structures, which is how you can form your org storage using those freight elevators. We always want a safe place to store our ships, so the trusty hangar will do.
Yes, it will. Oh, they're pretty twinkly lights.
You see, it has this large large, we call it a foundation tile. It's quite special and it can actually deform the terrain around it, making it easy to place such a huge structure like this. You can also place other buildings on it, so it's easy for making large, sprawling bases.
Oh, nice.
However, there is one final piece of the puzzle that we need to achieve our goal, and it is this, our very own fabrication hangar.
Yeah, Daniel, I hear you.
Does anyone want to guess what we're going to build in a fabrication hangar?
You're gonna build a ship.
An Idris, maybe not an Idris, if I'm honest. We'll have a drive around, we'll go to the entrance and we'll see what's in store for us.
That'd be fun though for the game loop, right? If you really want to kind of live out the space life fantasy, transporting things to and from with the different special vehicles. But I think having the option to do it either way, because I'm assuming over time it's going to get a little tiresome, right?
Looks like whatever it is, it's just about finished crafting.
It's a Zeus. Oh no, it's not. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Oh my goodness.
So, quick recaps of the gains from industrializing. We've tapped into the brand new resources and we've made use of them by turning into the more valuable refined materials. We've introduced freight elevator networks, which are great for logistics and hauling. And then we've created our fabrication hangar, which allows us to craft big valuable items such as ships. Now, ships are valuable because you can, of course, you can fly them, you can play content with them, but because they are a crafted item, they can also be sold to other players.
There we go. We need to check to see where Star Citizen was at.
So,
wait 1 second, I have to read.
Be able to set up your own shops, and there's two main ways you can do this. The first is using a dedicated trading terminal. You can link these to your freight elevators, and in turn, any items within can be listed for sale at a price you deem reasonable. This includes resources, refined materials, and so on. Using the terminal, visiting players can browse what's on offer, purchase, and then collect from that same freight elevator. The second method is to set up a physical shop.
You just noticed that there's no UI in these demos, no button highlights, no description. Yep, they said at the beginning that it's all just very, very temporary.
Of course, the nice thing with physical shops is you can genuinely make it feel like a store. You can put items on shelving. You can even go as far as to make your own ship showroom. You can advertise your wares on a mobile pass for UEC. However, it is important to note that the point of purchase will always occur at the base itself. Now that we know how to set up shop, I just want to take a moment to talk about why it's so impactful for crafting and base building the game as a whole. Understandably, throughout this presentation, we've been telling you
I like the suit furthest away. The helmet's pretty cool.
Build a big base and maintain it. Maybe you want to spend your time doing the missions, you want to do your beacons, that's how you want to make your credits instead. Shops mean that you can benefit from the players who do want to spend the time making those bases or crafting.
Oh, and my favorite suit's to the right.
From them,
a marshmallow suit.
Crafted items using high quality materials will be the most powerful in the game. On the flip side, if you do specialize, maybe you end up cornering the markets for a particular item or resource, and your shop will then turn into a hotspot of activity, making you loads of credits. Some of you will become infamous because of it. But bear in mind, it's
legendary even.
Depends on location. Do you want your customers on Edge and Pyro, which tends to have the higher quality materials?
Not so much.
Or do you want to spend time hauling them all the way over to safer systems where your customers can be more at peace?
I think there'd definitely be a game loop for grabbing stuff and hiring people to give you protection, escort from Pyro to Stanton.
Which help you divide up the foundation tile. You can place them freely wherever you want, and they just help you mark up areas like, I want to use this place for cargo, I want this for housing, vehicles, and so on. You'll be able to earn paints in-game and apply them to buildings. well as add your own custom tech. So if you're part of an org, the blue buildings that have your name are definitely yours. We have some forms of base building which are either still in the design
Farming
phase
looks a lot of
or
fun
early
too.
white box, but we want to share some details. First up, we have farming and ranching. Farming, it comes in two general types. We have our low-tech farming and then high-tech. Low-tech consists of you acquiring the seeds, planting them in the appropriate environment. If you remember back to yesterday, the Brave New Worlds, we had soil types and such now. That'll play a part. As well as supplying them with nutrients and then just harvesting them when they're grown. High-tech, it's a bit more involved because you've got to make the hydroponic buildings we see here, but in return, you'll be able to grow exclusive strains of plants.
Be your own Monsanto.
Ranching will allow you to keep herds of animals. You'll have to provide them with feed, water, and shelter, but in return, they will provide you with produce. Not every animal can be ranched. I don't really see a sandworm ranch anytime soon, but the quasi-grazer will, of course, will.
Space cows, let's go.
Maybe, no. We have a few more additional archetypes. We have landing pads, garages, roads, fencing, as well as new variants of structures which we've seen today. For instance, the power generator, there'll be solar power, fusion, geothermal, as well as the XL structure class. If you remember, everything we've seen today, the biggest we've seen today rather is large. XL is...
Oh, you've got a medical right there. Far left.
And then you have your defense. So, in lawful areas, you have varying levels of security provided for you. With max security, you are protected by planetary shield tech. However, in lawless, pyro and the likes, you'll have to provide your own defenses. These come in the form of perimeter walls, shielding, which prevents aerial bombardments, and then a range of automated turrets, such as PDC to shoot down missiles, anti-air, anti-vehicle, and anti-personnel. To round up, whilst we spent this entire time talking about how you can expand a single base, you can of course have multiple. These can be across a single planet, moons, across multiple systems. There are advantages and disadvantages of locations and base types. For example, in lawful areas, you'll need to buy your land.
Anybody planning on building over in Pyro?
Build, and then you'll gain protection in return. In lawless, no cost. Higher chance of better quality materials, but no security to fall back on. A small cabin in the woods can be great to set up in a single play session with short build times. However, the large base we just saw will take days, weeks, or even months, depending on how big you want to go. You might want to embark on this endeavor as a team or an org. You can set up a base as an org and own it as the org. For this, there'll be permissions available, and you can assign roles and tasks. Ultimately, base building can be your main gameplay loop or a supplementary one, depending on what it is that you value.
I don't know, staying safe in Stanton.
I would like to say
I hear ya.
Thank you on behalf of the crafting and base building teams. We've been very excited to share with you some of the work so far and the vision we have for these systems. But before we go, we have one final video.
Yeah, I agree, Cersei. I'll be staying probably New Babbage. Daniel, yep. Definitely having an org with protection and stuff like that be beneficial, especially grabbing some good resources and bringing them back to your main base. Those rafts? Nope. Those are those ships.
Thank you. I'd just just like to say
Yeah.
thank you especially to Kian and
I agree,
James Wade, who
Cersei.
worked very hard on this, and you
Just
massively
improving
enhanced
that.
it later
Oh my
today.
goodness.
Stick around. Thank you.
When they showcased, I think it was day one, wasn't it? Where they showcased the new HUD for interaction and the mobiGlass stuff updates. It was huge.
CitizenCon. I'm Kirsten, your Cortex.
Hello, Kirsten. Let's see, where are we at here? I think they just timestamp it. But
There we go. There we go. We go. We're good. Right.
the vehicles to build your universe.
So, today we're going to be talking.
Let me pause this real quick. Let me hide Edge here for a second. We got a 318 error. Check your internet connection. Time while connecting to server. Everybody else can get in, but not me. I'm gonna cancel and go to the best because we tried getting back on Zenrin, but it didn't work. Oh. So, where's Edge? Go.
Talk about the vehicles to build your universe, and for those of you that watched the
I
previous
appreciate you guys hanging and staying on.
you should be familiar.
So I'm gonna put my dogs out for their potty and night breaks. I'm not gonna throw my be right back screen up for you guys. So I'll be back in about 5 minutes.
You might be wondering, well, if I've got this, why do I need some vehicles to do things? I know there's going to be some of you that will be perfectly prepared to go push this thing hundreds of kilometers out of the garages at New Babbage, but realistically, you're going to need a ship to put it in. It can't carry supplies by itself, so you're going to need to put supplies in the ship, move them, and it has small drones, and that's the key aspect there. It has 2 small drones on board, and drones all have sizes.
Okay, so yeah, basically everything you're going to be building in Star Citizen has its size class. You know, a lot of you are familiar with how we class our ships and a lot of other things in our game. So it ranges from small all the way up to large and extra large, and our drones kind of fall into those classes as well. But what does it really mean? The difference between what's a small drone, what's a large drone, what's a larger than large and extra large, and so on. And basically, a medium drone, for example, can build any structure up to a medium size. So it can build smalls, mediums, and it will be able to build small structures faster than what a small drone would. So the size makes difference depending on how big you want to go. But the drones also scale in numbers. In the one drone can only make one structure at a time. So the grav cart's got 2 drones on it, so they'll be able to create 2 small structures. But a medium, or if you've got a vehicle that carries multiple drones, you can craft a lot more structures, a lot bigger sizes, and that's kind of really the key to kind of like the upgrade path through the kind of drone sizes. So we've had a look at the small. So what's next? What do you want to build? A medium. So I know some of you have already seen it, but this is the CSV from Argo.
So launching today is the very first ground vehicle from Argo, the Construction Support Vehicle, CSV. So this specialized chassis is developed to take on all the conditions on all our planets. It's a little rugged beast that really does just go everywhere. And if you're constructing a new settlement, there's 2 things you need. You need drones to build it, you need supplies to supply the drones to build it. And that's why the CSV comes in 2 variants. So we have the CSV FM, which stands for Fabrication Module. So this has 2 medium drones on board, and we built it to fit in as many vehicles as we could practically get it to fit in. So it fits in vehicles from a Cutlass Black upwards. It's approximately, and everyone always asks me, what ship fits in what, and I lose track of it all the time. It's about the size of a Tumbril Cyclone. So if you can put a Cyclone in a vehicle, you could put one of these in it. Obviously, 2 medium drones on board, and then it has an internal storage tank for resources. So it has a very small version of a freight elevator built into the back of it. So you feed it 1 SCU crates, it absorbs them into the holding tank on board, and then the drones will come back to the vehicle to refill. And it also has a size 0 serial generator on board for a bit of added protection. What happens when you run out of resources? This is where the CSV SM for supply model comes in. So the second CSV-based vehicle in the game, and this has a traditional 4 SCU cargo grid on the back. So 4 1 SCU boxes, 2 2 SCU boxes, 1 4 SCU box. Depending on what you buy, you can use this to bring it and move it around. So this is the perfect companion vehicle to the CSV FM. Said that. Shield generator as well. Moves about 28 meters a second. My brain is fried. I can't remember what that is in miles per hour or kilometers per hour. And it is available right now to drive in SC Alpha 324.2. Available at playerc.csv. So now, let's take a little closer look at the vehicle, and Ben's going to go through it.
Okay, so what we're seeing here is the in-game version of the CSV. It's complete with its 4 SCU of cargo up on the rear. And I think the CSV kind of really builds on what Argo is known for as a manufacturer. It's got those kind of like really kind of hard industrial looks, and I think it helps it kind of feel at home on any build site. All of its components are easily accessible. And I think the exterior is like real dominating factories, those kind of large all-terrain wheels. And then that's kind of backed up by just simple, smooth, sleek lines. We've got the front-loaded cab that puts all the controls kind of right in the kind of where the player needs them. And I think that's one of the keys to the ship as a whole, or the vehicle as a whole, sorry, is it's simple, it's purposeful, it's functional. And I think that just kind of just helps it to kind of feel part of that Argo family. But what if you want to go bigger?
Bigger?
Bigger. Okay. So, introducing the Starlancer family. So, the Starlancer is basically a whole new family of vehicles, from MISC, and these are covering a range of different roles. Today, we're going to be talking about the first 3, which are the build, which kind of makes sense, and that basically is for all your large structural construction needs. We have the TAC, which is going to be for people that want a little bit more defensive or offensive excursions in our universe. And then we have the MAX, which is a dedicated hauler, but it can still pack a bit of a punch. So we're going to take a bit of a closer look at all of them today. We're going to start off with the build.
So this is the Starlancer build from the outside. The key thing to take away here is you'll see it has the drone bays on each side, and then it has the drone resupply arms for allowing the drones to come back and resupply. Inside that room, you have the drone control center. So you have a single station inside, and this is where you control all your drones from, much like Luke showed you in the previous presentation. So there are 2 large drones held on each side of the room, so 4 large drones in total. And then there are 2 filler stations right at the front here, and these each hold 16 SCU of capacity, which can then go and load the internal resource tank to feed the drones. Drones that will then be deployed out of their little secret garages, and they go off and do what you've asked them to do. When they need to resupply, they'll come back, sit on these arms, suck up their resources that they need, carry on their day. That's the really important thing here, is that all these base building vehicles have enough storage on board to supply your drones. Obviously, if you're going to build a million things on your base, you're going to run out. But we want you to be able to have these vehicles and have knowledge that you're not going to be doing endless cargo runs initially to build your foundation, your base. You'll be able to build your base and have storage on that eventually, but these all get you going in the short term. So let's have a quick go over the stats. It holds 4 large construction drones. It's 83 meters long, 52 meters wide, 15 tall. I saw lots of rumors and chatters that people thought this was Freelancer size, it is not. It is significantly larger than the Constellation and Corsair. It's almost 600i in size, so it is a big ship.
And I'm
2
back.
S4 guns for the pilots, 16 missiles, remote turrets, and then 128 SU of cargo capacity in the build specifically. But what if you don't want to build stuff? What if, like me,
Yeah, we're not getting a Star Citizen tonight. Let me wait a second here.
So introducing the Silence Attack.
Alt F4.
This
There we
is
go.
designed to be a bit more aggression into the verse. So I think the first thing you're going to notice is the kind of the dual man size 5 turrets. Now these give much better kind of broadside coverage from any of the other variants. And then on top, we also have
we got?
a dedicated hangar that has been specifically designed to fit a Mirai Fury inside. And I'm sure we will see plenty of other ships.
So, unfortunately,
inside.
after much trying, we are not going to get into Star Citizen this evening.
Let's have a look over the tack from outside to in. So this is the tack in its default paint, so sort of military drab grey. Then internally, obviously Ben talked about the size 5 turrets. Then we have some drop seats behind, and these are on a deployable ramp, so you can do some ground assault. They will drop out, down. You're doing a bit of ground assault, chances are someone's probably going to get injured.
I want my ironclad.
Directly behind there with 2 tier 3 medical beds. Building, I'm going to build.
Where's that?
So, we have talked small drones, medium drones, large drones. What about bigger things? So, who can guess what that is? So, I talked to you all quite some time ago about this in Germany, and this is obviously the original concept for the Pioneer. Now, some time has passed, and whilst the core concepts of base building have remained the same,
Might check out the Misfortune when it will be out.
bases has changed slightly. So
Nice.
back then, you were building everything on board the ship here. You would fly your Pioneer. This is the area I want to build in. I'm going to build my base on board the ship, and I'm going to drop it down. As you've seen, bases are a lot more expansive now. This doesn't work anymore. So we need to do a little bit of some reconcepting.
This is what made everybody happy.
One of the first things we really wanted to kind of solve was the arm. You know, we know a lot more about how we're going to be constructing these structures now, and kind of the arm didn't really make a lot of sense anymore. All it really did was it made the space you need to land the ship almost twice as big as what it's kind of needed. And you know, we're not real spaceship engineers. We don't make real spaceships. But what we do try and do a lot of the time is we try and take as much reference from kind of real life manufacturing as we possibly can. And I think that's really it's really key to what I think Star Citizen is as a whole across like all the different departments. In that, you know, we're trying to make a
I would assume the ship is still at least 2 years out.
And whilst I can't deny it's a cool idea, I think.
But I would assume that once base building goes live, that this ship would be in the game.
A lot of complication and a lot of manufacturing costs onto what is already a very advanced, very large, very costly ship.
Anybody know what this ship actually went for
So that was
pledge?
one of the kind of real first things we wanted to do.
I'm assuming quite
The second
pricey.
thing we wanted to look at was kind of have a little bit of a shift around of kind of like the egress points on the ship.
It's a cool looking ship, don't get me wrong.
Moved, so we needed to kind of update that. We wanted to make
Seriously, you
that
wonder
the
if you have to
landing
build
pattern made sense and had space.
build a ship, then what? Excuse me, give me a second. I gotta clear my throat.
Out of the ship that we will be crafting.
Wonder if you have a build ship, then people will be able to hire you to build stuff for them.
Like I say, needs to support all the
If they don't have a build ship, or they just don't want to have to gather resources.
I don't mean just character metrics. I mean,
Yeah, there'd be definitely a game loop, right?
creating a lot of things inside this ship.
Your own little personal
We wanted it to kind of become a true
floating Menards.
self-sustained mobile base. We wanted it to kind of, you know, be kind of like the cornerstone of your crafting and construction ventures.
I gotta assume that the ironclad
We needed to add a few extra
would have a medical, some kind of a medical bed on there, because you figure with all the construction and cargo moving and stuff like that, or not construction, but the cargo, that people are gonna get hurt.
So let's have a quick look over the updated interior of the Pioneer. So at the back of the ship, we have the classic bridge, looks out over the expanse of the ship. And then top and bottom of that in this image, we have the escape pod rooms. And then leading off those is the access to the manned turrets that remain. Then going downstairs, we have the cargo area at the top. Doesn't look like a lot. That's 1,000 SEU of cargo now in that space.
Just a little bit. Cargo.
Next to that is the fabrication control room. This is where you'll be controlling fabricating larger vehicles and ships, as well as smaller fabrication machines next door for. You don't want to use this to build a small FPS weapon. It's a bit overkill. So we have that on board as well. In the center of the ship, we have a small fabrication hangar with roof and ramp egress. So
This guy right here.
a small ship on board, so things like a Nomad you can build on board here. You'll be able to fly it out the roof of the fabrication hangar. And then we have the existing small landing pad that transitions from outside the ship to inside the ship. So cargo you can load via new entrance that Ben's going to talk about in a second, but you can still retain the ability to land a ship on top of this ship, move it inside your ship, all those things. Engineering at the rear, this is now capital components all the way around. It was a weird mix of size 3s before, it's now just all capital everything. Then we have the habitation, mess hall, medical area between the hangar and engineering. And then at the front, we have 4 extra large drones in the drone room. But we don't just have some pictures like this to show you. Ben's going to go through this in a bit more detail now.
Okay, yeah, so we're going to have a little look at kind of like the concept and where it's at on the interior. We start out on the interior bridge. It's very spacious, or command deck bridge, whatever you want to call it. It gives kind of really nice views out over the front of the ship. And right up front, you've got all the consoles required that you need to kind of control the ship, as well as the kind of additional remote turret access consoles. And then at the rear, we have the main kind of navigation components and some small engineering consoles.
From a 3D modeler's perspective, that is a lot of texturing.
2 corridors, and they lead out to the manned turrets that kind of sit above the bridge. And they also have all the escape pods needed for all the bridge crew. Like I say, we want this to kind of be a home away from home, so we have a very large, comfortable habitation area. Each of the crew members, they get their own individual crew pod. And one of the nice things about this is these actually open up, and they allow kind of each crew member to kind of decide like how much privacy they actually want.
I like that attention to detail, but are you really going to use that in-game?
And these are right next to the cargo bay, the internal cargo bay. And as John says, this holds up to 1,000 SEU of cargo, so it's pretty sizable. To make it a little bit easier, it's got its own dedicated cargo lift at the back that, again, just simplifies that kind of getting cargo in and out of the vehicle. Down at the front, we have the drone room. Now, these will be 4 extra large drones, so they'll be able to craft our largest structures in game. They exit the ship out through the roof, and they're all controlled by the construction console in this area. And finally, we're just going to take a quick look at the crafting area on the ship. So you can see here we've got these blast shields down that kind of protect the crew in this area from what's going on inside.
Yeah, I agree.
And then as these open up,
Like the bed thing is just overkill, right?
And as we see, there's a ramp that leads out, so you can drive any ground vehicle straight out the front. Between all the landing gear, and you get this really.
Because unless they're gonna let your character spank it, why would you need a privacy for a bed?
We have the landing pad, and this just allows us for any ships that land up on deck, we can just bring them down into the belly of the ship.
So, that's the Pioneer. It's had quite the glow up over the years. Holds 4 extra large drones. And if you're interested in finding out what extra large drones can build, I highly recommend sticking around for the next presentation. It's about 20% bigger. I know the jokes, we always make ships bigger, but to fit all that in, it needed it. It can craft small ships and vehicles. And one thing we didn't show in that video is the landing gear actually have integrated ground resource extractors in. So when you find your plot, you land your ship and you can start extracting the resources from it.
That is a cool feature.
Capital components all round, and now it has 1,000 SU of cargo capacity. Now the bad news. When base building comes out, this will not be there day 1 of it. But we are starting this in the next week or 2, so it is in production very soon. So, to finish up, we'll do the classic one last thing. CitizenCon is usually about looking forwards, but we'll do some housekeeping and look at the now and a bit before. So, oh, sorry, this is Ben.
Yeah, so you remember last year we teased these 10 vehicle silhouettes. Now, these were vehicles that we were planning on working on this year, and we've not quite delivered all of them yet this year. But we did come quite close. So far we've delivered 6. We've delivered the Pulse, the X1, the Medvac, the Argo and PUV 1T, the RSI Zeus, and the rework on the Retaliator. Oh, but what about the rest? Sorry.
So, all but one of these will be released before the end of the year. So the Legionnaire is the one that's going to miss out, and that's because we want to align it with hacking gameplay. But the rest will be here before the end of the year. So, Crusader Intrepid, Mariah Guardian, and the Polaris. So, we have a few patches between where I am today standing on stage and the end of the year, but let's start with some things that you're going to see at IEE.
A little bit of the Pyro soundtrack there in the beginning for Jump Gate. The Myrtle. Obviously, we've all kind of seen this and stuff, so I tried getting back in the game one last time, and obviously that is just a no-go. Let me close this off. But yeah, unfortunately, this evening, Star Citizen would not let me in. So, I may go live tomorrow evening, as I do not go out and celebrate the new year at all. I like to stay home where it's nice and safe with my pups. So, but thank you for those that stayed through the entire stream, even though there's no gameplay at all, and we got to watch a little bit of CitizenCon. I do appreciate you guys' time and showing up in every stream. It means a lot. So with that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful night, a good day tomorrow, and a very safe New Year's ahead. So, said I appreciate you guys' time. Have a good night, all.
To the white tide chaser. lost, alone and far from home. With golden galleons, golden guns to find their place under the sun. There's a song on the Sahara wind that lifts you to your feet again. The dances on the clockwork stars that pulses through a beating heart.